guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha and I'm really glad to have you here. Please do hit the subscribe button before you leave and also give this video a very big thumbs up at the end if you enjoy watching it, okay? Now, I told you guys in the last video that Biggie had advised them to get to know one another, to pair up, ask questions, because this would further help them perform better at the quiz they would have on Thursday. And of course, they actually took to Biggie's advice. This morning being Tuesday, they all paired themselves in twos, started asking questions. I mean, there were some people that I saw, Ozo and Lucy, they were having a conversation. Lucy had her first cry in the house. I mean, in fact, she was one that broke the record. Okay, she's the first person to cry in Biggie's house this season. Yes, every single first time matters. Okay, first time to cry, first time to thief, because I know say they go soon they thief. They go soon they thief. Now me talking. Anyways, Lucy broke down while she was talking to Ozo about herself. I'm going to get into that much later, okay? They also had Nengi and Laycon. We had Tolani Badge and Lilo. Now, shortly after they paired up in twos and started asking themselves questions, Biggie figured that this thing might take a long time getting to know themselves. I mean, they are 20. So how many times will you pair with this person on pair? Go and pair with this one. So he decided to bring a brief. He called Nengi into the diary room, gave her a brief. When she came out, she read it. So let me just read that out to you guys, okay? Now, according to the brief here, the housemates' shopping allowance will be doubled if they win the Thursday quiz. If not, it will remain the same. Then he also went on to say, walk alone, you are going to be fast, but walk together, you're going to be faster. In other words, if you keep pairing yourselves in twos, it's going to take the whole day. But if you guys just do it like a group thing where somebody comes, talks to you guys about stuff, you guys ask the person questions, they answer, it's a lot more easier. And almost immediately, the housemates got the memo. And before I get into all of that gist here, guys, can somebody explain to me what is going on with Neo's voice? That's not how it was sounding yesterday. It had better be that he has cough and kata, because the way he's sounding is beginning to sound like OBO. And I don't like sharing my OBO's voice with anybody. Anyways, I don't know what's up with Neo's voice. He's suddenly sounding like Davido and he's suddenly speaking for Nen. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to impress Tolani Badge, because it was almost immediately he started talking to Tolani Badge that his accent changed. Uncle, will they watch you? You better continue like this with your accent, or you just go back to the one you started with yesterday so that we can know where to place you. Also, guys, a ship is about to take off. In fact, the ship will take off plenty. But let me just start with this one. Ozo and Nengi. Ozo and Nengi. Hey, if Nengi pass, Ozo go dey smile. If Nengi go like this, I go follow am. I'm like, I dey look now. Now the second ship when like say you want to sail. Now Eric and Lilo, these two people have just been following themselves bumper to bumper. I mean, if they don't sit down in the lounge, Eric will sit down, he'll keep space for Lilo. Lilo will sit down, she'll keep space for Eric. I'm like, okay, now so it starts. Now so it they start. Anyways, let's just get straight into their introductions, okay? The first person to speak to us was Praise. Now Praise is 28 years old. He is engaged to be married as soon as Corona is over. Praise told us that during the lockdown he read the Bible from beginning to the end. He also told us that exotic dancing is a market that hasn't been saturated, and that's something he's looking forward to investing his money into, because of course he's an exotic dancer, he's a part-time stripper, and he just feels like there are beautiful men out there. Those were his words. He said there are beautiful men out there that needs the opportunity to just showcase their talents and all of that. So he's willing to use his exotic brand to sort of push them, give them a platform and all of that stuff. So again, if you want part-time strippers, if you want exotic dancers, he is your plug. Next up was Lucy, okay? Lucy is 30 years old. Her biological parents are dead. I mean, her dad died when she was 4. Her mom died when she was 13. According to her dad married 8 wives and she's the last child of her mom. Now, this kind of explains why she was crying when she was talking to Ozo, because I feel like she actually got very emotional. But then people on Twitter were just like, Lucy, what are these tears for? This is not necessary. Look, people are allowed to express themselves in any way they deem fit. So I didn't really see anything wrong with her crying, although I know she told us too much. I mean, the information was too much. But then again, what's my business? Let me just give people the information that she gave us so that it's not the only me that heard it. According to her, she wasn't really part of the plan. Something just led to another. They now got pregnant of her, and that's how she was born. She told us how like it was her auntie that raised her. Like her auntie had come to visit her somewhere and saw how malnourished she was and all of that. Then that one now took her in, raised her. So that throughout the game, if she talks about her parents, we should just know that she's referring to her auntie and her uncle who actually raised her, sent her to school and all of that. She also told us that her ex-boyfriend was the one that motivated her, that gave her the ginger to come for the Naija show, and that she just want to thank him. In her words, at least that's one thing he did for me. So I don't know, maybe the guy did not do any other thing for her before now, but then at least this one when she even thank him, just take him like that. But guys, yeah, listening to Lucy today, I could only think of one person: fraud. Fraud came with a lot of family stories, family issues and all of that, and that's the same card Lucy is playing. I really hope that everything she's saying to us is true. I really hope that nobody is coming to the house to try and play an ex-housemate's card, because at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out. Like I told you guys yesterday, Neo, the way he was talking, the way he was telling us, oh, I suffer, I do this one, it was almost as if he was trying to play the FA game. So I don't really understand why they are coming into the house with a mindset that, oh, I need to speak like somebody, I need to be like somebody. But then again, the game just started, so we're going to figure out with time if they're telling us the truth or if they're basically just trying to play a card that someone else has played before. And let me just tell you guys here, when Lucy was talking to the housemates, she was crying uncontrollably. In fact, Watoni and Dorothy started crying as well. Everything she said was actually very emotional. I mean, I was in my feelings to some extent, but then I did not cry. Okay, if that's what you want to hear, I did not cry. Now, when they asked her one of the biggest lies she has ever told, she was like, oh, I don't really like to lie, I don't lie. So guys, she said she know the lie, more will leave her. But then I had a little bit of concern with everything Lucy told us today. I just don't want a situation where when she comes out of the house, people will now start using all these things she shared with us to insult her. And I pray that even when they insult her with it, she will not take it the wrong way, because again, now you give us too much information. But that's not to say that I encourage it when people try to bully others because they know some things about them. I feel like that's wrong on every level. Next up was Dorothy, and for Dorothy, she's 24 years old, and she was like, before we start, nobody should start insulting my breast or anything, no, because you know her breast was out there. I mean, throughout this show, I'm sure that we're going to just keep seeing that breast, so the earlier we get used to it, the better. For her, she mentioned that her dad died 13 years ago and she has just her mom. She knows what it's like to have and not have money because she tasted hustling a bit after losing her dad. Her uncle saw her through school. Her mom is diabetic, so if she had enough money, she would definitely change her mother's entire system. There was actually a question they asked them: if money wasn't the problem, what is the one thing you would do? And that's when she decided to tell us about her mom and how she really wishes that her mom can be better and all of that. She also went on to tell us how she loves to look at herself in the mirror. In her words, I like to look at myself in the mirror. You know, once I'm there, I shake my breast a little bit and I'm like, God, you finish work for here. I'm just like, this girl is just something else. Now, when she was asked about the biggest lie she has ever told, she said she told somebody one time that her vibrator is a face massage tool. And I'm guessing the person bought that story. Ouch. Out. Now, moving on to Katrina. Katrina came to give us her full autobiography today. I don't understand. Between Katrina and Lucy, I don't know who is taking the lead for now, because Katrina also shared a lot. Okay, so you need to pay rapt attention to everything I'm about to say, because this information will be useful in the future. I know what I'm saying. Katrina is 27 years old. According to her, she started life really early. She worked in a hotel as an accountant clerk after she left home without her mother's approval. She got married to her British husband, who is 64 years old. At the time, he had not married anybody. Right now, he is retired, but then before he retired, they lived together in South Africa. According to her husband is her best friend, and he actually built her the first house she has in PH, where her mom currently lives. She also went on to tell us that because her husband wasn't that strong, she had to go through IVF, and the first time they tried, it did not work. But she told herself that if there's one thing she wants to do for this man, is give birth to a child for him, because he's been really nice to her and all of that. And that even though the first IVF kind of affected her, she decided to pull through with the second one, and the second one was actually successful, because now she has a daughter who is 1 year and a few months old. Her daughter's name is Lila. She also mentioned that she was married to her husband for 4 years, but then she figured that it was time to move on to new things because she had goals. She sat down with her husband, they talked about it, and then she had to fly back to Lagos. In her words, I'm not divorced, I'm just separated. My husband is in South Africa, and the only reason I'm not ready to give into a divorce is because I'm not ready to remarry. Now, some people on Twitter felt like that was quite selfish. I mean, if you don't want to be with the man anymore, why are you still remaining married to him, if not that you have some things that you're benefiting? But then again, that's not my place to say. I'm just telling you guys what have been going on social media and just some of the things that she mentioned as well, okay? She also went on to tell us that after she moved back to Lagos with her daughter Lila, she had to go and drop the daughter with her mom in Port Harcourt because she needed to get her grind back. In fact, she went for liposuction to get her body back, because for her body was not banging anymore, and she needed to put the right fats in the right places. She went on to tell us that she has the money, so the reason she's in Biggie's house is because she wants to sell her name as a brand. You know, she really wanted the platform, because before Big Brother, she told us that she was really depressed. Things were not really going the way she wanted them. She had the money to do things, but then people did not really know her. But this time around, she wants people to know her and also know her brand. And in her words, now that I'm in Biggie's house, I'm not going anywhere. So guys, please, I need you to support me, because I've been hustling for 10 years just to be here. I don't have any other option outside of Big Brother's house. Sister, I understand that you really want to be in Biggie's house, but then again, that's not how it works. Okay, there are some people that actually felt in the last season that they needed to stay longer in the house, but then the reverse was the case. they left almost immediately. So these things happen. If you leave, you leave. When they asked her to tell us 3 words that describes her, she said strong, passionate, and a boss lady. She also went on to say, I built all my other houses with my money. No be man they give me money, I dey hustle. My husband bought me my first house, but that was it. Again, I love choosing my men. I don't like men being the ones to choose me. Mado. She went on here, I don't have all the time to be with younger men. I like older men who can give me advice, who can help me. I can't date a younger guy that will just be telling me stories from morning till night. Anyways, one secret I have to tell you guys is, during lockdown on my birthday, I drank, I was horny, and I masturbated. I'm like, okay, we're in for some drama in this house. This is where they don't masturbate, so this is not the point where we'll be like, oh, what are they doing under the duvet? It could just be that your duvet will be moving, but you are the one moving yourself. So this time around, my eyes need to be extremely sharp. Anyways, next up was V. V is 23 years old. She told us that she did not really enjoy her life as a teenager because her parents were actually too strict and too Christian. You know, she also told us that she moved to Nigeria to start a career. She was stuck here in April because of the virus. She couldn't go back, and that in the next 5 years she wants to be a wife and a mother. When they asked her if she was in a relationship, she had this to say: nobody is toasting me. In fact, nobody is even talking to me right now, so I am very single. Just in case you people like her. I mean, if they don't ask her out inside the house, when she comes out, you can pick it up from where they stop. Next up was Tolani Bad. She's 27 years old. She lived in America for a long time. She decided to come back to Nigeria in 2016 because she was becoming too American. She does a lot of content creating and talent management. She actually wants to stay in Nigeria because she didn't really feel fulfilled with the 9-to-5 job she was doing in Yankee. In her words, I'm a strong, confident, and sassy lady. And she also pointed out to us that she has a YouTube channel. Now, at this point, yeah, Biggie felt like they've talked for too long and it was time for them to do something different. Biggie actually gave them a task that will test their medical knowledge with regards to staying safe. I mean, since there's a pandemic, since there's a virus, it's only normal that they try and fuse in something that has to do with medicine, something that has to do with staying fit and staying healthy. So for the game here, each housemate was expected to spin the wheel, pick a number, you know, then choose a word from that particular number, read the word out, then give room for other housemates to tell us what the meaning of the word is. For example, we had words like flu, we had words like bleeding, we had words like coma, migraine, and so on and so forth. So what happened is, every of the housemates would pick the word, you know, they will call it out, the other housemates will try to define the word, and then after they try, the person who picked the word will now give us the dictionary meaning that has been placed in that particular card. Now when they finished playing this game, they went back into the lounge to continue from where they stopped, and this time around the first person to speak was Ozoemena, aka Ozo. Right, Ozo is 27 years old. He basically repeated everything he told us before. You know, he's a sports person, he's family oriented, he loves education, and so on and so forth. In his words, I've not had a girlfriend since secondary school. But then Nisha agreed that he has been knacking because that's where people will have problems. Like, you don't have girlfriend, does that mean that you've never had sex? Does that mean that you're celibate? The guy was honest enough to tell us that yes, he has been knacking, so that one is settled. He also told us that he's open to having a relationship in the house. And in my mind, I'm like, before uncle, what's going to happen with Nengi? All the way they look the girl left, right, center. How would you be open to having a relationship? We know. We are already shipping you from outside. Anyways, guys, next up was Kaisha. Okay, Kaisha is 24 years old. She says she's single and that she's not a relationship person. She loves to cook. When they asked her one weird thing about her, she mentioned that she was giving birth to in an aeroplane. Okay, now when they asked her to tell us a secret about her that we do not know, she told us that most times she masturbates, and that after she finished doing it, she just feels like, why did I even do this in the first place? She also told us that she has had sex in an open place before. She told us that she has been a mugu for love and that can never happen again. In her words, I've been in a relationship that lasted me 3 years. I mean, my boyfriend at the time, he spoiled me, he gave me everything I asked, even the ones I did not ask. But then one day I just called him over the phone and told him that I was done because I wanted to try something new. I needed something more refreshing. Okay, next up was Erica. Erica is 26 years old. Her dad's name is Eric, so she was named after her dad. She's an only child. She's extremely independent. She grew with a single mom, although her dad is not dead. She only met her dad 3 months ago, and she told us that she had seen her dad just once in that 3 months, and that sometimes when she thinks about it, she just has anger, but that she doesn't understand why she feels angry about the whole thing. And the problem is that she has been able to just bond with her dad. She's so close to her dad, they're like buddies and all of that, and that kind of breaks her mom's heart because again, her mom is like, yo, I'm the one that raised you. Okay, so I don't understand the friendship you're having with this man that did not show up for us. She mentioned that she graduated at the age of 19. So I don't know the year that she entered the school, but she graduated at the age of 19, and then she had to do her NYSC just to get a job and assist her mom as well. She also won the MBGN Miss Photogenic in 2016. She told us that she's been acting for 5 years, but that people do not know her so well. So she's really thankful for this platform because now she gets to showcase her talent, especially with the drama task Biggie is definitely going to give them during the course of the show. Now, she actually mentioned some of the movies that she has acted in, but then the two that I was able to pick was Being Farouk. She said Being Farouk is on YouTube, while Hire a Woman is on Netflix. So yes, Erica is on Netflix. Moving on, guys, we had Neo. Now, immediately they said Neo is your turn. I was like, not again. This guy will just come now and use talk to kill us. And was I wrong? No, I wasn't. Even though when he came out, it was like, I'm going to keep it short, I'm going to keep it real, and I'm just going to give it to you guys 100. I'm like, okay, uncle, can you just go back to the first part where you said you'll keep it short? Anyways, he mentioned that he's 26 years old and that his dad is a renowned polygamist. His dad is a lawyer. His grandfather was the first son in their place. So basically, he's from a family of lawyers. In fact, they wanted him to study law too, but then he just told them that, look, that's not for me. I love entertainment. And, you know, he did not even tell them that he was coming for this show. But of course, they'll get to find out because they'll get to watch it. He told us that his dad and mom are separated and that he was also born in a car. His mom is a retired warder, so he spent a lot of time with her in prison. Not like she was locked up in prison, no. She was a warder at the prison. Don't get it twisted. He also told us that his dad did not give him shit. The only thing his dad owed them was education. Once they train you in school, you go and hustle for yourself. So according to him, yeah, his mom really hustled. In his words, we sold illegal fuel. That's black market. Now, for those of you who do not know what black market is, yeah, in Nigeria here, we have people who go to the filling station, buy fuel from the filling station, and then come back and sell it to you in kegs. So you go to them when the filling stations are closed, they sell to you at a slightly higher price. So yeah, that's what we actually call black market here in Nigeria. Neo went on to tell us that he does not like to read and that he lost about 1.5 million naira in the business he tried to do with his ex-girlfriend. The one I told you guys he did that burnt down and all of that, yeah. He also told us that he loves cooking, he's a Bolt driver, and he actually sold noodles. That's what I was telling you people. This guy na Meshai. You know they find better grammar and say they describe all these things. Now Meshai you be, just call him Meshai, I understand. Anyway, in a nutshell, we can just describe Neo as a cruise master. Neo just did the catch cruise. So now waiting you call you for big girls with that. The guy's actually funny, but then sometimes I feel like he needs to tone it down. I know it's just 2 days, but again, we will see. Now when they asked him one particular lie that he tells people, it was like he get one lie where we say, I don't like that lie, so take the lie don't they turn to truth. And they asked him, what is the lie? He said he's always telling people that he has traveled out of the country, saying on jams before, but the truth be saying he never leave Nigeria. And I know that it can't be only Neo that's doing this thing. I mean, at some point in my life, I used to do that, yeah, when I was much younger, especially when I was in secondary school, because you see people that they're trying to form, oh, I went to the UK for my vacation, I went to this place for holiday, I did my pals. And because I had a very good command of English, some of them were like, if I say this girl don't travel, so let's just ask her. They will not now ask me, have you traveled? They will ask me, where did you travel to? And trust me now, I know they forehand. If you just ask me, where did you go to, I don't find one country give you. Now ask me question about that country, I don't get idea. So when he said that, yeah, I could totally relate with it. Anyways, guys, now I know better. Like if you ask me now, better, have you traveled out before? I'll tell you straight up, no, I haven't. I mean, you don't go beat me. Say you travel, no me say you better pass me. Say I never travel, no me say I dance. Okay, one day I go still travel. That one self day. Now for relationship, he told us that he's actually very single, that he's been single for almost a year now. So they asked him whether he's down for a relationship or at least a situationship in the house, and he's like, at this point, yeah, I'm down. So yeah, anything is bound to happen. Next up was Laycon, our very famous Laycon. That's his full name. Okay, he is 26 years old. He read philosophy in Unilag. According to him, he's greatly misunderstood, he is complicated, and he's also a sexual enthusiast. His mom is the closest person to him. He's the last child of 3 boys from his mom. Music has always been it for him. He got signed last year, and he has a song he did with Reminisce and Chinkoeku. But then everybody listens to that song and think that, oh, he just the waka pass, meanwhile I ain't get the song. And the title of the song is Fierce. I've never heard the song before, but I'm going to check it out, okay? He even told us that that particular song trended on MTV Base for 6 months. And guys, when he was talking again, some people just stood up, went to the kitchen to take drink, like they were just walking up and down. And some of the other housemates were like, guys, this is wrong. Somebody is talking and you guys are just walking up and down. Now, I don't know if it's a thing they just do to Laycon, because I don't know why they keep doing that. I told you guys in my previous video that they disrespected him. Now they are doing it again. Like, I don't know. Do they feel like because he's small in stature, then he doesn't have anything to offer? That's wrong, okay? In Biggie's house, it has nothing to do with your looks or your stature. It has to do with what you have up there. And from what I've seen, from the kind of conversations Laycon has had, he's someone who is bright upstairs. He's not dense. So people should stop doing these things. Anyways, they asked him if he was in a relationship, and he was like, yes, outside the house, he is in a relationship. Then I asked him, are you open to having a relationship here in the house? And he was like, I don't know. So guys, anything can happen. Next up, we have Eric, aka Hercules. Okay, the boys both just banging. I don't understand. All these five boys, they're just causing confusion. Me, I'm becoming confused. Anyways, Eric is 24 years old, and according to him, he loves sports. He loves playing basketball. He's been playing basketball since he was 11. He went to Covenant University for 3 years, but he did not finish. According to him, me and school, we know jail abeg, and he felt like it was too churchy. Because for him, he comes from a family that they go to church twice a day, and then they now pushed him again to Covenant University. So the thing was just too much for him, and he's like, no, I cannot do this. But then after a while, he also had an injury on his knee, I guess. So that kind of made him depressed for a while. He had to even defer his admission at some point because he had to really focus on healing. But then at the end of the day, he still did not finish from Covenant, okay? He's finally going to get his BSc in Unilag because that's where he's currently doing geography. He's a final year student there. He also told us that he tried getting into the NDA and they told him that he had flat foot. Now, some of you that watch my other channel, Betha's Corner, you would have heard when I was talking about myself, yeah, and some of the things that I've tried to do in my life. I mentioned that I tried getting into the Air Force. I passed the whole test. I mean, all their tests from beginning to the end. But then the one thing that disqualified me was the fact that I had flat foot. And even at that time, I did not know what flat foot was. That was actually in 2016. I felt so bad. Like, why would my flat foot deny me of this opportunity? But then last year, I'm just grateful that I did not get in. Because look, there's some things that I'm doing for myself now that I probably wouldn't have been able to do it if I was in the Air Force. So again, everything happens for a reason. Besides, my parents were not even in support. I mean, my mom was in support partially, but my dad did not like the idea at all. He also told us that before he came to this house, he did not have relationship in mind. In fact, he did not have any spec or whatever in mind. But that now, that has changed. Of course, the cameraman now decided that it was time for them to show us Lilo's face. Lilo was just there, smiling sheepishly the whole time. So if the cameramen have even figured out that Lilo and Eric have something in common, who am I not common here to say it? These two people, they look them. And they look there for 3D. Anyways, when Eric finished speaking and it was time for Lilo to come and talk to us, you know, my DSTV now decided that Betha should be this girl, you won't put eye for her body. That's why my DSTV knew that to tell me no service. You know that thing that happens, like your network will just go off and then come back on. That's what happened. So I did not really hear anything that Lilo had to say. All I know about Lilo is the fact that she's 23 years old, she's a dietitian, basic things that she had told us before. So guys, if you listen to her, if you watch her talk, please let me know what she said in the comment section, okay? Oh, by the way guys, I forgot to mention, Eric also said that he always lies to people that he has traveled abroad before. So I told you, we plenty when they do this thing. Let me know in the comment section if you've done it before or if you still do it. Let's identify ourselves in the comment section, okay? Anyways, next up was Kidwaya. Now for Kidwaya, he's 27 years old. He was born in Lagos, raised in Kaduna for a little bit. Now when he was 6 years old, he left for the UK. And then from 2011, he comes and goes once in a while. Sometimes he'll come to Nigeria, stay 1 month and then go back. You know, that has been it for him. In his words here, he was really inspired by the stories the other housemates had to tell, you know, because he has never really experienced a lot of things like they mentioned. So for him, it's a lot and he does not take it lightly. And he also knows that one thing about him is he likes to learn from anybody, regardless of your status. It doesn't really matter if you guys have all the money in the world. It doesn't really matter if your dad is this or your dad is that. As long as you have something to say, he's definitely going to listen to you. For him, he actually wants to go into business and acting. He also told us that the longest relationship he had lasted for 4 years and that he loves to chill with his friends. In his words, I'm single, no spec at all, I like what I like. Now that was the last housemate to speak before Biggie then told them that it was time for them to start out their diary session. So today, Tuesday, is the first diary session ever. And guys, let me tell you, the diary room is beautiful, okay? It has a lot of flowers, you know, greeneries. It just has this swing chair that you sit down while you're talking to Biggie. You go, they float, they go front, float, they go back. See, the room is very beautiful. That's the point I'm trying to make. Right, I did not really listen to their diary sessions like that. I only paid attention to Nengi's diary session because she was the first person that Biggie called into the diary room. And he was just asking her basic questions like, you know, what has your experience been so far? How do you like Biggie's house and all of that? And I feel like that's the kind of question he's going to be asking all of them. So I don't think that's so much of a big deal. But if you guys watched it and you feel like something happened, let me know, okay? Thank you guys so much. Bye.